Welcome to Caching Waves. This is a much needed update for Bitcoin. Now we need to talk about Bitcoin because obviously everything follows Bitcoin for the most part. So depending on what happens now is going to dictate whether or not we have a pretty significant alt season where everything outperforms Bitcoin, and it's very dependent on the next move. So I'm going to show you my most bullish count, my second bullish count, which would drag the altcoin market down too, and then my bearish counts. Now I'm going to spend today and the next couple days looking at the best setups on altcoins. I'm going to be looking at like 250 different ones, looking for specific setups, and I will make sure to update that on the channel, the best ones, if you want to like and subscribe to make sure you see those. But these are ones I'm looking for if a specific pattern plays out on Bitcoin. If it doesn't, I assume the crypto market will bleed and it could get pretty ugly. So I'll start with the most bullish count. This is just a scenario, remember. And that is 3-1-2s back to back. So there's a couple different reasons for this. One is the speed. We're getting faster trends to the upside. Another one is our targets on log scale. I'll show you that here. Usually look between the 618 and below the 1-to-1 for a second 1-2, which we got here. Then I pulled the pivot off this potential. Second 1-2, same thing between the 618 and the 1-to-1. And we have 5 waves complete. So that is in play. This is the one that if it plays out, should start up alt season where things get really parabolic, where all the moves you've seen to the upsides on altcoins are only wave 1 and 2s, the ones that are in the middle of consolidation. This is what I want to happen because you can make obviously life-changing money very quickly. And it should play out this year if this count plays out. Eventual targets, I pulled pivots off the second 1-2 because off the first 1-2 doesn't line up. You'd be looking probably between around 150,000 for a third wave in blue. Obviously that can change. This is just the standard targets. That would be the, sorry, let me get rid of this. That would be our third of the third coming to the 1.618 at 115,000. Fourth wave pullback. Fifth wave coming up to the 200%, which is 149.107. And that would hit the 2.618 extension of this blue wave one off the 2. That's where I see the confluence. So that would be my target, around 150K for the third of the third, sometime in the fall. So a lot depends, as you can see, on this next wave. If we just get a fast, shy retracement, which is what I would want, even faster than this one too, and we recover, that's where this area is where I want to buy those altcoins. So I'm going to be paying attention to this very closely. So that is my primary. That's what I think is going to happen. That can be changed very easily, and that would be if we have 5 waves up already. If we have 5 waves up already, we would expect this to drag out in time, come back between 26,000 and 37,000. We would want to hold this fourth wave, so around 40K would be ideal before we pivot up for our third. And we would be correcting for the rest of the year. In fib time, the 618 extension, which this is the standard area, we'd look for a wave 2, if this is an impulse complete, would be between December and June of next year, which would be a difficult to wait through. And the way this works, you can see the fibs don't look correct here, but if you go on linear scale, we hit just shy of the 1.618 for the third here. And we had an extension in the fifth to the 2.382. So it does make sense in linear scale. We hit targets. So that's scenario 2. I think that one is the least likely Next is, if you remember, we had this mapped out a long time ago, a WXY. I had it slightly different. The trend, it went on, but we did get it. And that is if you count these as 535s, because this wave was so funny looking. This would be a WXY. And we've completed a three-wave move to the upside. It's a 535. As you can see on log scale, if you pull from the W off the X, we've come right between the 1.236 and 382, which is where we would expect a Y wave. That's a common target. The 1-to-1 most common, then 1.236, 1.382. If this is a correction complete, we can either make new lows below this as a flat. I've shown you those patterns many times. Or this becomes a three-wave move to the upside. We consolidate sideways, and then we move higher. And this would be all, there's no point really putting this on, but this could make a flat in the future, just some massive correction, which would be absolutely brutal because we'd be in that for years, right? So the one that makes most sense to me is the 3-1-2s back to back. Again, for those reasons I mentioned to you, you can see the slope of the waves getting faster and faster and shorter. So it looks pretty good for that setup. I'm going to go down to the hourly here and show you that. So this is the beginning of our third 1-2. As you can see, we followed this pitchfork nicely, just came up right to the edge. 5 waves up for our wave 1, off our wave 2. We got 5 waves up, came just past the 1.618 extension and the 786 of wave 1 off the 2. And then we got an extended 5th. We came just past the 1.618 extension of wave 1 off of 4. And a 618 extension of wave 1 through 3 off the 4. So we had a confluence zone there. You can see we just spiked through. I know everyone got freaked out over that candle. Nothing to be concerned of yet. So if we are going to get alt season, we need a 3-wave move here. And remember, this would be a third 1-2. We want to hold at this 4th wave, preferably above. Just come to the 382 at 52,735, or just come below and recover very quickly, like 1 or 2 candles. So ideally we hold 50K. If we can make this move in a 3-wave move and then recover, that's where we can go to that 150K Bitcoin. This year. Never thought I'd say that, but it's right there. The setup's there. So if it happens fast, it can happen very fast. This is a guideline for me. I use time, but it could happen within 2 weeks, March the 13th. The most common area is the 618 and the 1-to-1, which would be why can't I see it? Which would be Thursday the 21st and first week of April. So yes, we'll see what happens. I'd prefer this happen quickly, very quickly, and we take off, but there you have it, guys. There are our options. And if we get this move, and altcoins can take off before this move happens. When usually what happens is they start taking off as Bitcoin's consolidating, right? They don't take off at the same time. Money just moves from one place to the other and then back. So I'm going to be looking at hundreds of altcoins this weekend, looking for this potential. Now, I would not hold past this 618 here. at around 46,790. Anything below this fourth, probabilities are shifting that we've completed 5 waves to the upside or that WXY. So this is pretty much the most important 1 to 3 weeks in crypto history here. So let's hope it plays out in the bullish manner. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's it for this one. If you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me at Twitter at caching_waves. I'll see you on the next one.